Hi guys, welcome to another video of Skippy-xd. It is a lightweight window manager agnostic window selector on it. Skippy-xd works anywhere on it, and today I am using OpenBox along with Ipager. Are these going extinct? To refresh, Skippy-xd performs quick Alt-Tab with live preview. Exporter. Paging of virtual desktop. Today, I am going to show you Skippy-xd pivoting. This is how Skippy-xd dances. To help with illustration, I have even summoned this keyboard overlay to indicate key press. Excited? So Skippy-xd can be activated via two modes, toggle mode and pivot mode. Let's say we have set up expose activation via the window key, left window for expose, right window for paging, in toggle mode after Skippy-xd is activated. In addition to cancelling by pressing escape, you can also invoke Skippy-xd again with either of the window key to cancel. Hence, this is toggling behavior. To specify toggle mode, add the toggle parameter in the command like this. For Alt-Tab, it is different. You hold Alt and you trigger Skippy-xd activation upon the first tab. Here on, you need to hold Alt to maintain Skippy-xd activation. Upon release of the Alt key, the highlighted window is selected. This is pivot mode, with Alt being the pivot key. To specify pivot mode, add the pivot parameter along with the pivot key. So, pivot Alt L. By default, switch is activated in pivot mode, with Alt being the pivot key, whereas expose and paging is toggle mode by default. Hence, these two sets of commands are identical. So what if we mix it up? For example, switch in toggle mode. Reloading X bind keys. Upon hitting Alt-Tab, Skippy-xd maintains activation without needing to hold the Alt key. Subsequent Alt-Tab goes to the next window as usual, and select and cancel with key press or click. Pretty interesting, but we lost the ability to quickly switch between two windows. And let's try it the other way. To get expose and paging to mimic switch. For example, Window tab for expose, Control tab for paging. Add in pivot parameter and key. And next. Hold window and tap tab to switch windows, just like Alt-Tab. Except with expose, there is animation and the window layout is different. Hold Control and tap tab for paging. The feeling is so different. Try it out. How about this? Pivot mode is all about holding the pivot key to maintain activation. What if the pivot key is the activation key? Then Skippy-xd is activated only if the key is being held. Not so simple. because of the way X and hotkey apps grab and lock keystrokes. Use my patched X bind keys here on GitHub Felix Fung to do it. And invoke the Lisp scripting of xbind keys, where we have xbind Skippy in place of xbind key and Skippy runner in place of run command. Script it like so. Alt tab goes to switch next as before with Lisp syntax. Xbind Skippy super L expose pivot on super L. And similarly for paging, reload xbind keys. Press and hold left window key for expose. Release to select. Press and hold right window key for paging. Release to select. And if you release during the animation, it terminates the animation. Also, it's like yo-yo. I can't stop playing with it. This has quickly become my favorite setup. Definitely try it out. If you are a heavy mouse user and constantly have your hand on your mouse, you may want to trigger Skippy-xd with your mouse. Here, hot corners may be a good way to do it. For hot corners, you certainly want to use toggle mode. Flick mouse to corner to trigger expose, flick mouse again to toggle. Pivoting is another way. If your mouse has thumb buttons, why not map them to some unused key and use that as pivot key? There are many solutions to map mouse buttons to keyboard keys. Here, I map my 6/7 buttons to left and right window keys. So, summon my mouse indicator for the 2 thumb buttons. Thumb button 6 to trigger expose, move mouse to highlight window, release to select. Hold thumb button 7 to trigger paging release to select, or of course you can also click on the desktop to cancel. This is certainly the least movement on the hand. Perhaps you will love it if you are a heavy mouse user. Hey, pivoting can be tiring. What if it locks into toggle mode after some time? That is what pivot locking is about. After the specified time, pivot mode turns into toggle mode, and the pivot key no longer needs to be held. For example, 3 seconds of pivot locking. Less than 3 seconds is pivot. More than 3 seconds I can release as it is locked. Personally, I find this option to be pretty confusing. Turn it off by setting it to 0. Pivot mode allows you to set up Skippy-xd invocation to your desire. Review it on this wiki page. Skippy-xd, lightweight, modular, combines well with third-party apps. Try it out on your distribution and GitHub. Felix Fung, Skippy-xd. And if you like the app, tell others about it, and tell them to tell others. showcase screenshots and videos. And like, share, subscribe. Show your support and help on the YouTube algorithm. See other videos in the channel for advanced use options and information.